College football week 10 here at SBR Forum Videos, and I'm very happy to welcome back returning guest, very popular Doug Upstone from sports-watch.com. Doug, thanks for coming back with us this week.
Hey, Peter, it's great to be back. Here we are, winding down a little bit to the end of the college football season as things are going on, and we're starting to see the pretenders and the contenders really emerge.
Yes, that's right. How's everything going at sports-watch.com?
Well, things are actually going very well. You know, sports-watch.com monitor is the home to many of the finest handicappers in the industry, and our brand new website is almost here, which will be a bonus for users and handicappers alike for football and the start of the NBA season.
Imagine that.
Go figure.
Yeah, all right, okay. All right, the first game that you suggested you see an edge in is Mississippi at Georgia. Georgia's a 14-point home favorite. That line's got bet up from 13. Georgia, of course, is off of their big win over Florida last week, which I personally picked and bet very heavily and told everyone on the radio show that I was on everything that I liked that game. This one, though, I'm not exactly sure what I like here on the side. Could be very easily a letdown spot for Georgia, and Mississippi did come within 19 on the road of Alabama, and that's a very impressive thing to do. I do, though, kind of love the under 63. Georgia had sort of a maligned defense this year, and I thought they were going to step it up in the Florida game, and they did, and I think they might come back and do the same thing here. Mississippi has a very, malleable, very adaptive defense. They change their schemes to fit what they're playing, and they generally do pretty well. 63 is a huge total, especially, with SEC defenses. So I don't know what you're going to say you like here, but I personally am thinking that I love the under.
Well, I won't disagree with you on the under. I think that, that certainly does hold some value there, and for basically all the reasons that you gave. Georgia, did their part last week to help remove the label of them being soft with their dramatic win against Florida, and they've taken control of the SEC East. Now, the Bulldogs have to complete the deal with 2 more conference wins, and in this game, I'm not really sure this is going to be all that simple for them to accomplish. Now, I will argue Mark Richt's squad seldom really plays with much fury, and as they did against the Gators, and they're just 3-5 against the spread. Now, besides Florida, their only other thorough performances were against Vanderbilt, Florida Atlantic, and the second half against Missouri. Now, though Aaron Murray is a fine college quarterback, he certainly will make mistakes, and like last week where he threw 3 picks. Now let's take a look at Ole Miss, especially its offense that can really move the ball, and they're averaging 35 points a game against all teams not named Alabama. Now, last week at Arkansas, the Rebels fell behind quickly, 10-0, and it appeared that a rout could take place. But under the first-year leadership of Coach Hugh Freeze, Mississippi settled down, started to play their game, and ended up winning at Arkansas. Now, while nobody is going to compare the Rebels' 49th rated defense to Florida's top unit, Coach Freeze likes what he has in terms of the flexibility, as you mentioned, because their normal defense is a 4-2-5, but he is unafraid to change it up and go 4-3 if the opposing team is moving the ball. Now, given Georgia's penchant to play as hard as it needs to, and sporting a 1-7 ATS record as a home favorite of 4 or more off a straight-up underdog win, and Mississippi very competitive this season, and a sterling 7-1 ATS mark this year, I'll take the points with the Rebels, and I got the number for them to lose somewhere just under 10 points.
I agree with you, Doug Upstone. I'm kind of leaning towards Mississippi here, and so you endorse a play on the under. Don't just say that because you want to please me. Be honest.
No, I can say, honestly, I'm not a huge totals player, but your logic makes perfect sense to me. And, I'm not sure about the Georgia defense from time to time, but, I could see, when you look at it, just straight up, a score of 35-25 seems fairly high for this game.
Yeah.
So, and then you're adding 3 points on top of it. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that total probably even drops a little bit once it, gets out into the marketplace a little longer and people have time to investigate it.
Yeah. No, I agree with your analysis on this, Doug. The only thing that's a little bit strange is that the line opened at 13 and got bet up to 14, but that could be just overwhelming public money on Georgia easily. I'll find out from Brent from BetDSI on my call with them this Thursday whether that's the case. Thanks so much, Doug. Great preview as always.